So in the last class, what we had discussion about how we will move the data from one instance to another instance, so that by using update set. So that's the one. So today we will discuss about. So we have a field. I'm just going to work order. So I'm just opening this one. Here, this is the work order. So here in the work order we have a total hours. In this total hours, so for work order we have a two tasks. For example, we got a work, so at least 2 to 3 tasks has to finish it. So for that, what we will do? I'm just going to here. For example, name for is a test. So application, that's okay. Assignment group, I'm just making some field. So cab approval. So estimated hours here I will give a 8, and I'm state I'm new and submit. So if it is a 8 for one task, it should be 1. So if I add one more task, so which is a dev, for example, the assignment group, we can pick a random one. Here if I give as a 10. So the scenario is whatever that means, if you want to finish a work, so we have to finish a multiple task. So multiple task will have the multiple hours. For example, one task will be closed in 1 hour, and another task will be closed in another hour, and that means one task will be work in a 10 minutes, and another task will be in a 20 minutes, 20 hours. So for this, what we have to do it is, so we need to calculate those one, what is the sum of these two. That means, for example, I have hours here, estimated hours. So the scenario is simple. So whatever the estimate hour, this 8 and this 10 should be calculated here, and whatever the total, it should be here. So that is the scenario which we are we need to do the plan for it. So that's our, this is the real time scenario. Now the requirement is whatever the estimated hours the user has given in the work order task should be calculated automatically on this one. So for this one, so what was the logic for it? What was the logic? The logic is, we need to fetch the what are the values is entered, and we need to calculate it, and once you have calculated, so we need to put it. So here if you go to the right click of the form, just go to the configure dictionary. So if you go to the configure dictionary, so just click on advanced review. In the advanced review, here we have seen a value called calculated value. Here we have a calculator. See, determines whether the value of is calculated from the other values. So it will be checked. If you click on here, see, this is the script. If you want to write a formula, but right now we will not write any formula. Mostly we will write a script here. So this is the one. So now what we have to do it is here first. So here if you open this one work order, so our work order. I think this is the right. This is our work order, and for this, it has a two tasks. So here the work order is a different table, and work order task is a different table. Both are different table, but we need to fetch this information and we need to calculate. Yes, automatically. Now for that one, what we have to write is, first we will take what was the field, this one. I'm just writing a variable here. Yes, here. So here I'm just getting where I'm just making child table, child table equal to. So here, what are the child table I am writing? So we are defining the variable here. What is our table name? We are giving this table name here. Oh my God, it's not. So the table name I'm just taking a variable, storing it, and next one, and when come to the next line. So here that is a fine, and also I'm just what I'm just giving. So what was the field value? We need to get it. That means what was the field value? We need to set up the sum here. So I'm just making where number field equal to. So we will write what was the field we need to set up. We can write here the work order. Sorry, this is the field. So here we need to sum it up. So here we can write here colons. So now what happened? We know it. What was the field we have to do it, and what done. So initially I'm defining a one more variable where count equal to 0. That means initially we will treat as a the hours is 0. That's one. So for that we can write it. Next one, what happened? So here the work order is a one table and work order task is a different table. So here what happened? We need to fetch or we need to query the table and we need to fetch that how many records are there. We need to add it. So for that, what we have to write it. So we need to query the table in the service now. If you want to query the table, we have to use the glide record concept. The glide record concept is, so that means if you want to fetch the table name, we can use the glide record concept for the same thing here. Now, so for example, I see W task is nothing but work order task equal to new glide record. Glide record is an API which will be used to, I'm sorry. Glide record is a method or API which will be used to call the, which will be used to fetch query the table in the script. So this is the one. So here we have already saved this table in the child table variable. We can directly give you this one. Oh my God. the child table, this is the work order task we have given. And next one what we have to do it is, so next one we need to filter the records, how many records with this as a parent. For example, if I see here the work order, so for this one work order, this is the 1005, this has a two childs. So we need to fetch this information. If you want to fetch this information, what we can do is, we have option called add query. Add query, see, adds the filter to return the record by specifying the field value. So you can use option operator as a second parameter, which means if you want to, we can do it. So now how we can do it? So what is the parent field here? This is the field which you are referring from here. So for that, we can write a work order is a field name, and that in that scenario here, what we have to do it is, so and also we need to fetch the what is the user has entered the current record. So here whatever we are seeing here, it was the what you can say, the record. So in the service now, we have already discussed in the earlier things, the sysid is a unique key for each and every table, sorry, each and every record. So for that, so if you want to, you can use a current is an object. Current is an object, so which will be used to fetch the current record. That means here it will compare what was the value in the table here, and it will check whether the current record is same, so that it will fetch all the records. So I hope we clear till now. Already confusion? No. So the add query is used to filter the records. So here what we are given, the work order, that means what was the work order field it has, and current SysID. Current SysID is nothing but what was the field we have, those records will be fetched it. For example, for this work order task, how many it was? Around two, right? So it will be fetch it. If you have more than two, it will fetch it. So all the will be coming by using this add query. Okay. Yeah. So now what are the, so now sorry, what are the records as used it? So which we need to query. Query is nothing but if you want to fetch it, so this is add query is filtered, and if you want to fetch that one, we have to use the query condition. Query, see, query is runs against the above the what the condition. So what else we have fetched it, this will be used for this one. Now till now what we have done, we have queried a table, and in that table what we have done it, we have fetched the what are the records which was associated with the current SysID. So next step what we have to do, we have to set the value. So if you want to do it one, what we have to do it is while, so we don't know how many records for that each and every one. If it is a one record, we can use a if loop. But it was a multiple records, right? It doesn't have any one single record. So it's a multiple records for the same. So if it is a one record, we can use if loop. But it's a multiple record, so we have to use the what you call while loop dot next. Next, what happened? It will show the, it will move the next record in the glide record. That means if you fetch the 10 records information, for example, for this work order task, work order, we have a 10 records. For those 10 records, the first record is calculation is completed. And again, if you want to move the next loop, we can use the, by using this next method, we can go the number of iterations. So since we don't know how many iterations it was, so we use the while and that the table name dot text, so that it will fetch the, it will go to the next one. So while task dot next is given, and next one, what we have to do it is, I am just defining a variable where hours equal to, where hours equal to percent. What is the purpose of the percent? Percent will convert the integer value into the string field percent, and after that I'm just making a task dot. So so the task dot, what was the value we have given, it will be add here. So that means, uh, 1 minute. The task is nothing but, so we need to task dot get value. If we use, sorry, w task dot, we have given w task, which is the table name, get value. If you want to get value, sorry, it's not get value. So get value, what was the field? So what was the field? It was estimated hours. So estimated hours. So sorry, we have used a number field, right? We can copy this one and number field comma 10. 10 is nothing but, it should be a decimal or something you want to convert. It will be a decimal. We can use it. This is fine. Now what we have done is, this is the one. Next one, now the hours is come. Now if equal to count equal to, now count equal to, so count plus, what is the plus, equal to, what was the num means, it will automatically calculated here. No, sorry, it is the hours. It's showing as error. 1 minute. Count. Sorry, that's a space issue. So now what happened? It was the count issue. Let's try to save it. What we will do the same thing. So here what I'm going to do it is, I'm just going to add this one. I'm sorry. Empty. What happened? It's not calculated. Then 20. Let's see. Let's check. What do you return? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's check maybe the field issues. So estimate hours count equal to 0. Child table view underscore work order query double dot next to percent. 1 minute. No, no. Parents, I think don't need. Should automatically calculate it. Percent table name dot number field. That we have written a correct one or not. Let's copy. I'm just checking. Count plus equal to hours, right? Hmm. Let me save this one again. Just give a minute. Let me check again. If you go to the script, current dot society is fine. And query, that's fine. While loop, that's fine. Hours, that's fine. 1 minute. The child table is fine. And this is fine. Number field is fine. Estimate hours is fine. Covers. But God, then why it is not calculating? Oh my God! I think we didn't. I'm sorry. So here we have done a small mistake. Here, since we already defined one, we cannot use this single quotes here. I'm sorry. It's a mistake. So if it's a table directly, we can use a single quotes here, but it's not a table, right? We cannot calculate here and save this one. Let's try here. 21 and try to save it. What happened? It's not calculated again. Why it is not showing? So that's okay. We just fetch whether the field names is correct or not. Just cross verifying. Work order current ID and query while one pairs in. That's okay. I think it's a field name issue. We just modify the field name. Let's see whether we can convert this one as an integer. Okay, we cannot convert this one. Why it is not saving? 1 minute. I'm just okay. That's fine. What we can do is let the card. Okay, so we will use gs.log to check this one. That's okay. We got error. That's very good. gs.log. So we have a issue. So that's fine. gs.info uses to log message in the system logs. So for example, gs.used one. So what is the we are getting? So hours. So we are see hours and see. We'll check it how it was whether it is debugged or not. So let's try to do it one. 24 and try to save this one. One double zero five, right? Just open this one. Okay, so this is done. So we have to check these calculations. So we just open this one. So now what we are going to do it is we are just going to save this one and trying to save it. And now just go to the logs, system logs. No, system logs here are. So whatever we have done, it will be here. Let's try to check these logs. So see, it was calculated here, but it's showing as a not a number. So if you want to, we can check it again. So here what I am writing in the table logs to identify our code. GS dot like total hours is total hours is so right here. But okay, we will not save this one. It's showing some error. Mm, I'm just making here and say let's whether the log is coming or not. So if I am going to calculate this one as a 24, so the log message is total hours here, right? So you can check this one whether this log message is come or not. Sorry, paste it here. Total hours. See the total hours is coming. So what was the script? It was executed. So it was executed successfully, but where is the issue? Okay, so what we will do is we will write a one more option. Hit the GS dot add info message. Previous message. It will show the add info message. So let's see how it will execute. 28. So it has been calculated. So the hours it was calculated. The value is coming, but we need to setting up is the wrong. Let's check it. Count plus equal to hours. Just give a minute. I have another instance. Let's do the same scenario. Let's see how it will execute it. So we have not added a return here, and we'll see. Unparsable hours. What happened? What is this error? Okay, I think it's a field type issue. Let's what is this field type here? Let's so basically the field will be the integer. So what we are going to do it is I'm just so what we are going to do is we have to convert this field into integer. So let's move to I think it's not a decimal. So unparsable number. What is this script we have written here? So it was calculating automatically where hours equal 1 plus hours. So that's okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to convert this field as an integer. So if you want to convert, this is not a best practice. So never do a one. So what we are going to do it is we are just going to open this work order. I'm just deleting this data here. So here and this is for our understanding. So now we don't have this record. That's fine. So now opening a work order, just convert this into the integer. This is the decimal. So what we have to do it is convert this into the integer, update. So here we don't have any something like, and we try to save this order. Let's try, and we can just going to work order. So estimate out is 7. The name is test. So if I open this one, let's see whether it is coming or not. So it's still a issue. So I'm just what I'm going to do it is I'm just deleting this record and I'm just converting those field into the integer so that we can get a integer value. So let's see. So this estimated I'm just converting this as an integer. Let's try it this way. The issue was that's a field type. The decimal is not calculating here. Integer and updating. Now I'm just making test. Tab approval. It's 7 and try to submit. Unparsable hours. What is this again? It was coming. Let me reload the script again. Okay, so for this one, instead of this one, we just use a simple thing. We will not use this pairs int. Directly, we can use this one, this number. Let's try to save this one. So what it happens so here and now, just reload. Okay, so let's check. I think we will copy the script or what we written here, right? Okay, here directly we again. That's okay. So here, what I'm going to try it is we will. I think this calling is not working, so let's try it here. Hide it. The work order, right? So we can use a single quotes and copy and paste it. And this is our work order current.sysid. So our current task is on get value. So instead of get value, we can use it. Let's try this one, whether it will execute or not. If not, we'll go for a different method. That's okay. So we get issues so that we can get a more practice. So let's try to save it. No, no, 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm just checking. Automatically. What is the you saying? The quotations we don't need. No. Okay, where this is the count, right? We have to give count, but here we have given the hours. So I'm sorry. The variable name we have gotten wrong. So the return, that means what are the values is saved it will be saved in the count hours. I'm so sorry. I forgot to do it. Now if I give, for example, if I give, let's see, 3 and reload, this also same. Return count. Okay, now we can use this syntax and we'll try this one. I don't think this syntax also will get it. Let's see, that's okay. Pairs int w task estimated hours. So this is the estimated hours. Copy, I think the calling, but let's try. So that's okay. We got error, so we can rectify it avoid the issues. So I'm adding a one more field here. That means one more task here. Unreachable pairs. So why this is a new error? We never heard it. Okay. So let me check the code again. hours count equal to 0. I don't know why the same script is not working. Maybe that's application scope. I think maybe we did a very small mistake. We don't do any mistake, right? The same script we return. That's okay. I think maybe some quotations or something. Right now it was working. See, if I give as a total hours, so here what we have done is so we have given as a total hours. So if you give 34 here, so what are 34 plus 15? It is a 49. Just if you reload, so it will automatically calculate here. So for example, if I add a new task, so dev and the assignment group is cab approval. This is the 67. So if I open 67 and 49, it will calculate automatically. So like this calculation field we can use as per the our requirement. So this will be very useful when the work order is has a multiple tasks. So you want to inform the customer how many hours required for the same thing here. So this is the real time scenario. So generally we will work on a different shift. So I hope you clear out what is the purpose of calculated field and how we can calculate it. That's okay. So I hope you clear, right? Or any confusion? Okay. So this is the one we are doing. So right now, this is a topic for today. So what I am suggesting, so make a note of today task is calculate the scenario, the calculate the scenarios. So you have already created a parent table and child table. In the parent, what are the child tables? For one parent, we have multiple child records. So what are the record? The calculated value will be automatically calculated in one field. It should be there. So this is the task for today. The task is you have to calculate from one to another. From that, we have to check for the same thing. So I hope we clear, right? Or any confusion about the task? Just try it, and if you have any questions, we can. And any questions with the today's topic? Okay, so I'm treating as a no. So any questions with the previous topics, whatever we have discussed? Okay. So if no other questions, we can wind up the session and we can meet it tomorrow at same time, 8 a.m. IST. Thank you all. Bye.